Hello everyone. So today we will be looking at this minimum operations to make a Uni-Value grid Leetcode problem. So this is a daily Leetcode problem and the number is 2033. So the problem statement says that you are given a 2D integer grid of size m cross n, and this is size m cross n 2D grid, and an integer x, in this case x equal to 2. In one operation you can add x to or subtract x from any element in the grid. From any element we can subtract this x any number of times. Okay, from this 2 we can add the 2, or from this 4 we can subtract the 2 any number of times. A uni-value grid is a grid where all the elements of it are equal. Okay, when all the elements over here becomes equal to each other, right? That is a uni-value grid. So we have to find the minimum number of operations to make this grid uni-value. That is, all the elements should be equal in it. Okay. If it is not possible, return -1. So in this case, what we will do is we will just add this x equal to 2 to the first element, it will become 4. And we will subtract 2 from 6, it will become 4. Subtract 2 2 times from 8, it will become 4. 8 minus 2 equal to 4. Okay, so how many operations were needed? We added 1 2 over here, subtracted 1 2 over here, subtracted 2 times 2 over here. So total 4 operations are used. Similarly for this, if you will see, it is impossible to make all the elements equal, right? Because x equal to 2, and we will see like why it's impossible later on. But in this case it's impossible, right? Whatever permutation combination you try, they can never become equal. So the output in that case should be -1. If it is not possible, return -1. Okay. So let's look at some of the important observations. Okay, if you will look into it, you will see that this 2D array, okay, so you will try it in your head to convert it into 1D array, okay, just to make your visualization easier. It is easier to think in 1D than 2D, okay. So you see over here, so I just flattened it, okay, I did it 2, 4, 6, 8. Now if you will see, in order for at the end, right, what will all the elements will be equal, that is 2 plus this x, right? L times x, we will add it or subtract it, whatever it is, it will be L times, right? 2 plus L times x equal to 4 plus k times x. Okay, k and L can be different, right? Like the number of addition subtraction needed on 4 will be different the number of addition and subtraction needed on 2. Okay, so I just picked any two number. For that, this condition will always remain true. 2 plus lx equal to 4 plus x. Okay, now you see over here, L, like I took kx to left. Okay, so L minus kx equal to 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is the difference between the two numbers. So basically L minus kx, what it is a difference between two numbers. Okay, so L minus k equal to difference between two number by x. So L minus k we already know is an integer, because we have to do L times x or k times x. Okay, so L is an integer, k is an integer. So when we subtract it, they both will be an integer. So we can easily say that the difference between two number divided by x is integer. So difference between two number has to be divisible by x for two elements to become equal. Okay, since this is an integer, right? When a by b is an integer, that means b has fully divided the a, right? That means the a, which is in this case difference between two number, has to be divided by x. Okay, so this has to be the case. If it is not the case, then we will say that these two elements can never become equal. 2 or 4 can never become equal. Okay, so we will check for all the sideways elements like 2 4 4 6 6 8, and by the transitive property, it will automatically be checked for 2 6 or 6 4 8. Okay, so we just have to find for consecutive elements. That's it. And observation 2, if you see over here, like if the difference between two number a and b is divisible by x, okay, if the difference is divisible by x, that means it will take absolute of a minus b divided by x steps to make both equal, right? We will add something, subtract something, okay, and but it will take these many steps. Okay, absolute of a minus b by x. If you will see this point, right, L minus k, the difference between these two numbers is difference between two number by x. Okay, so with the observation 2, this equation, right, you can easily derive it. Okay, if you try to visualize it, it will hold true. That difference between two numbers is visible by x. Then how many times shall I add in a? Okay, you will see that, okay, I have to add absolute of a minus b, the difference divided by how many hops I can make in one step, x. So divided by x. So that's how the observation 2 comes. Now the observation 3, very important observation. So this is sorted, okay, 2 comma 4 comma 6 4 comma 8. Let's assume that for the thing for a moment, okay. So we have to make all the numbers, reach the median, okay, because median will be in the middle of the element, okay, and it will be easier for all the elements to reach the median. Okay, easier as in that it will be the shortest path to reach. If we pick any other number, then it might not be the shortest, but if we pick the median, it can be the shortest. So we pick the median, okay, and we try how many steps will 2 take to reach the median. How many steps will 6 take to reach the median? How many steps will 4 take to reach itself? Okay. So we have to calculate the steps to reach the median. Okay. And observation 4 is if there are two medians, okay, in even length array, right? There can be two like middle elements. So what we have to do is we can take any of them. It doesn't matter. Okay. Why it doesn't matter? With the help of example, I will explain. Then you can think over it. So 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7. Okay. Two middle elements are 3 and 5. We just calculate the difference and then sum. Okay. So I just took 3 as middle, then calculated it. I took 5 as middle, then calculated it. You will see that total sum of absolute deviations came out to be 8 in both the case. So it doesn't matter whether you took this 5 or you took this 3, this will be same. So this is another important observation. Observation 3 and 4 is not straightforward, and that's what makes this problem medium. Okay, observation and observation 2 you can easily derive from here, okay, but observation 3 and 4 is not straightforward. You have to think over it, you need to practice lot of questions in order to arrive at observation 3 and observation 4. Okay, so once these observations are done, right, then you can see it's very easy to solve. So what we have to do, so the steps will be easy. First of all, we will sort our 2D array. Okay. In order to sort the 2D array, we will first convert it into 1D array. See, we converted it into 1D array, correct? And after converting it into 1D array, we will find the median. Okay. So in order to find the median, how will we find the median? First of all, we will sort it and find the mid value, like the middle element. Okay. So we are sorting it, the 1D array. So then what we have to do is calculate the difference from first element to check the divisibility. This is this case, right? That if at the observation 1, difference between two number has to be divisible by x. So that's what we are doing. That the difference between the two consecutive numbers here we are taking of the sorted array has to be divisible by x. If it is not, then we are saying return -1. Okay. And what is the second thing which we did observed? That we have to calculate the difference with the median, like how much time it is taking to reach the median. Okay. So what we are doing is we are taking a difference between median and the element. Okay. And we are dividing it by x. Okay. Whatever is the difference divided by x will be the total steps to reach from 1D array, this element 1D array I to median. Okay, this will be the total number of steps, and we will add it to the answer. We have to calculate it for every element in the array, right? That's why we are doing a for loop, adding it in the answer. Okay, so this is our whole code, how it looks like. We first flatten 2D to 1D, then we sort it. Okay, then we store the first element for the over here, and then we find the median element. It is by divided by 2. It can pick in odd, it will work, in even case also it can work, right? We just saw. Initialize the answer, then apply a for loop. In the for loop, what we are doing is, first of all, we are checking the difference. Okay, to just check whether that difference is divisible by x or not. Okay, so if difference is not divisible by x, then it will not be possible at all. So we return -1. Otherwise, what we are doing is we are calculating, like we are appending to the answer the median minus like the number of steps to reach from 1D array to median. Okay, so that's what we are doing, and total answer we will return it. So coming on to the time complexity and space complexity. Time complexity is very simple. This is like if we assume m cross n grid, right? So this takes mn, this takes mn log mn. Okay, because we are sorting the elements, which are sorting how many elements, mn elements. So the time complexity will be n log n, right? So n here is mn. Okay, mn log mn. Okay, and this is simple for loop, so this won't add much. So the time complexity will be mn log mn, and since we are taking one additional 1D array of length mn, so the space complexity will be order of mn. So time complexity is order of mn log mn and the space complexity is order of mn. Hope this is clear. Thank you so much.